everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Been a while since we had one of these, and today I'm showing off something that I found to be really cool. So, this video is going to be showcasing an AFK vine farm. So, this design might look familiar to some of you who kind of spend a lot of time in the tutorial community. This design was inspired off of a netherwort farm I saw in TangoTech's Hermitcraft video. I forget which video. I'll link it in the description once I figure it out. But it's pretty much the same farming concept, but rather than farming netherwort, you're harvesting vines. Now, first thing to note though, I'd recommend you have a good shear, preferably Unbreaking 3 and Mending 1. Now, if you're wondering how you enchant a shear, you can't do it directly in an enchantment table. But, if you have any enchanted books, you can take them to an anvil and then put them on a shear in survival. So I recommend having that, preferably with a good EXP source nearby too. That way you could use the shear unlimitedly. But now to the farm. So the idea is, in fact, I'm just going to show this off in survival. These water streams here all have packed ice underneath them. And at the end of the water stream, there's a pressure plate. That's so you slowly move your character along each one of them. And you're always going to be facing toward the vines this way. And the way I do the corners here is that I have a pressure plate at the end, a sign right here, and then another water stream above it here. You know, that's how you usually do the usual mob routing, only we're routing the player this time. So you go through it, and it lets you maneuver around the turn without turning the direction anyway, or without getting stuck on the edge. And this will kind of just take you all the way around, and the idea is these vines will slowly grow over time, and while you're just kind of going around in here, you won't break any block except newly grown vines. Now, in theory, this farm is pretty cool, but it's limited, of course, by how fast the vines can grow. However, you can get this thing to be super productive if you just increase the size a little bit. Now, obviously, I didn't finish this farm because it would take a while. But, hey, if you can manage to do this, you can get a super productive farm. And the advantage of this is that the longer you take going around it, the more will have grown in areas that you were at already. So, say by the time I go through this entire channel, by the time I'm over here, most of them will have grown already back over here. And then, of course, when I'm over here, as I'm going up through these have grown back as well. So that's the advantage of a larger farm. And if you're wondering, I have these set up 32 long, and this whole thing is 32 tall. Well, not tall, but wide. You know what I mean. It's a 32 by 32 cube. However, this farm works decently well, too. This farm here is just 232 long block chains, so it can get you about 64 vines on average. However, not per rotation, obviously, because they don't have much time to grow. You can slow them down with cobwebs, of course. However, that may not be totally necessary. And I'm just going to do a little AFK demonstration. If you're on PC, you just hold the click button down with something. And if you're on console here, all you gotta do is just put a rubber band or something around your right trigger. And boom, AFK farm. Where are my vines going? Oh yeah, I have some collected already. I'm kind of missing all these vines right here because I'm not in the thing, but as long as you're holding it, you'll automatically collect them. And another note, you don't actually need any hoppers on the edges. In the netherwort farm design I saw from TangoTech, you did, because the items might flow, like, just go everywhere. So far, I haven't had any items though that didn't wind up in my inventory, so you don't actually need hoppers at the end of these water streams. That being said, if you fill up on items, yeah, then you might need some hoppers, but honestly, why would you need more than an inventory of vines, ever? And back around we go. And another note too, these signs here, you shouldn't be able to break them in the direction you'll be in front of them, but just to be safe, I would recommend having the signs out of the way for when your character hits them. Like this one here, I did kind of odd. Oh no, not that one, but ideally you don't want to do it like this, where you're going this way facing a sign and hitting it. And that pretty much does it for this farm. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Yeah. And that's it for this tutorial. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And tell me if you want any more Minecraft tutorials. And I'll put a link in the description below to that nether wart farm that this farm was based off of. Did I just say farm? Whatever. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Later.